Hi, and welcome to World Peace Tarot Thursdays. If you're new here, hi, I'm Shannon, and welcome in. You can catch me here every Thursdays delivering general messages for the collective, which is you. Whoever clicked on this video, there is a message here that was meant to find you. If you like tarot, I suggest you hit the subscribe button and tune in next time. Hit that subscribe bell, that notification bell, so you can get notified whenever I have surprise videos that pop up or whenever my videos get published on Thursdays. Okay? So today we're going to be asking the question, what is it that you need to hear right now? What do your spirit guides, what do our spirit guides think that you need to hear most right now? So we're going to pick up, let's start off with the Tattoo Tarot and ask what it is that the collective needs to hear most right now. Okay. In the past, I've done zodiac readings for each sign, and it was just too much, with so much going on in my life, so I committed to general readings. But if you have a suggestion for a general reading that you would like me to do, you could do just any question you want to know. You can request that in the comment section. All you have to do is subscribe and leaving a comment requesting a video, and I will honor that. If you want to request a specific zodiac sign, you can certainly do that, and I will do a zodiac reading in addition to the general collective reading, which I'll be doing every Thursday. Okay? So yeah, all that's required is that you subscribe and leave a comment down below. Once again. All right, Spirit, angels, ancestors, what is it that the collective needs to hear the most right now at this moment? Please and thank you for your guidance. What do they need to hear the most right now? Alright, we got the Lovers. What else? The Magician in the reverse. Alright, and then I got two that flew out over here, so I'm just going to shuffle them back in and get one more to pop out. Got two to pop out again. Spirit, we only need one more. There we go. The King of Cups in the reverse. All right. Get some clarification on these cards. So right off the bat, I feel like there may be a relationship that this is about a relationship here. All right. Definitely a commitment. The Magician in the reverse, it has a lot to do with trying to take control of a situation, trying to make something happen in a controlling way, right? It can also be about, like kind of faking a situation or faking it till you make it, you know what I mean? I get that energy from the Magician in the reverse here. And the King of Cups in the reverse oftentimes represents a masculine energy that is emotionally immature. And right next to the Magician in the reverse, it's like this masculine energy is doing this like smoking mirrors type of thing. You know what I mean? What I mentioned before about trying to manipulate a situation in their favor. I feel like this is what the collective needs to hear, right? Because that's what we're asking about. And the first thing that came out was the lovers, okay? The collective needs to hear about the lovers, right? I can see here that there's been arguing, okay? Because the lovers is clarified by the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords represents conflict. It represents lies, deceit, not being honest, right? So there's a relationship where there's arguing going on. The swords represent words, conversations, thoughts, conflicts, okay? So there's conflict within the relationship. And why is there conflict within the relationship? The Two of Cups here, which represents a relationship in its beginning stages. It can also represent a friendship, right? But because we got the lovers here also, I really feel like this is something romantic. Plus, look at the people on this card. They look very romantic, right? So there's somebody trying to control the situation, right? Trying to control the relationship, perhaps because there was deceit, because there was someone not being honest, right? A lot of fighting. Someone is trying to take control of the situation, but if the Magician was in the upright, I'd say that they are trying to manifest something beautiful, right? They're trying to do it the right way, but the fact that it's in the reverse tells me that there's somebody in this relationship who is not being honest about how to fix the problem, you know, like they're trying to cut corners, you know what I mean? And then we got the King of Cups clarified by the Five of Pentacles here, okay? And you can see in the picture that it's a girl walking out, you know, there's two people fighting in the background and she's leaving. And the Five of Pentacles typically represents, you know, financial hardship, right? It means a poverty mindset, lacking of, you know. So this King of Cups here, this masculine energy, they may be trying to control the situation because maybe finances aren't going well either. And I feel like with this girl walking away with these bags that perhaps the feminine energy in this relationship is considering walking out. Oh, I just got a song in my head. I'm not a good singer, but you know that one song, it's like, she's got half a mind to leave, but he's got the money and the keys. He got nothing left to say. She's got, oh, how does it go? He's got the money and the keys. It's like she has no reason left to stay. You know, the song, if you know it, I think it's called by like the Apple something. I don't know. I love the song. It's a really good song. She's got nothing left to leave. It's basically about a man who drinks a lot, right? A couple, and this man drinks a lot, and every time she gets the courage to leave, he says something right. He says something right or something smart that keeps her around, you know, and he makes the money and he owns the house, and eventually, you know, he drinks and drinks, and she finally gets the courage to leave. That's basically what the song's about. So I don't know if you can relate, but that's what came to mind. Hi, so this is me just popping in again real quick. I just wanted to verify the name of that song is called Start a Fire, and it's by Apple Butter Express. Look it up. I think you might love it just as much as I do, and there might be an additional message in there for you. But the exact lyrics that I think resonate with this situation, it goes, she's got half a mind to leave, but he's got the money and the keys. He don't want her to walk away. She's got nothing left to say. Pay your dues before the dawn, or when you wake up, she'll be gone. Take a look at what you desire, light a match, and start a fire. Okay? So I just really get from that, like, don't be afraid to leave something behind in order to, like, with that light a match and start a fire, to, like, start something new that you're passionate about, right? Use that, like, anger to light a passion within you to, like, create something new and beautiful for yourself. Okay, back to the reading. I'm just shuffling my Kipper Oracle deck here, our fortune telling cards, to further clarify what's going on here. So I feel like something's going to happen soon, right? Something's going to happen soon. There's a lot of competing for other people's times. We got a lot of fives here. Fives represent conflict, chaos, arguments, hard times, difficult change, right? We got distant horizons here. Clarifying the Lovers and the Five of Swords. So it's like someone's been through a lot here with this 36 breaking down to a 9, right? 9s represent going through a lot, you know what I mean? Someone who's been through a lot but has been strong through it all. So there's I think a message here is look into the distance, right? With this distant horizon, you know, it's got an anchor here, you know, keep yourself anchored in the present, but also be able to look out into the distance and have a bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture of what's going on here. There is arguments happening. There is fighting here. And if you're not grounded and you let yourself float away, you're not going to be able to stand your ground or do what you think's best, right? Because things are happening quickly here. If someone's moving out or someone's breaking up, it's happening quickly. And there's something out there for you with this distant horizons, right? Distant horizons, you know, it seems so far away, but you know there's something out there in the distance for you, right? You always have choices. You always have options, right? You may feel like in this moment that you are in a futile situation, right? Like you're stuck in this situation and you don't know what to do next, but the truth of the matter, what you need to hear right now, is there's always two options, right? There's always, you can always turn and have another option. For example, you may be stuck in a relationship where your spouse owns the house and has all the money, right? But you may realize, you know, well, I could always start applying for better jobs and maybe, you know, get into a place where I'm actually doing what I love, and I could live with my mom and start supporting myself until I can get my own apartment, or you know, maybe we could stay here together platonically, or you know, maybe I could move in with my best friend, or you know, maybe I'll meet somebody on a roommate site, who has similar interests as me, and they'll introduce me to somebody who actually works in the field that I'm trying to get into. Like, there's endless possibilities, and if you just focus on one other option, right, it can open up doors for you that you never even knew existed. Okay. All right, then here we got concerned, right? So Spirit wants you to know, your spirit guides want you to know that this person who is, faking it as they make it, right? Whether this is you or your person, right? This person is just concerned, right? There's been a lot of lies, or there's been a lot of dishonesty and a lot of arguments, like I said before, a lot of competing against one another, and this person is just concerned, right? They're acting out because they're concerned and they don't know what else to do. Like, right, just like that song where he says all the right things, and it changes her mind at the last minute. You know what I mean? This person's concerned and they're thinking about what to do, because when they think about the relationship, they remember the beginning, right? The Two of Cups represents the beginning of a budding relationship, right? This person looks back at the relationship and how it was at the beginning, and they're concerned that it's not that way anymore. They're concerned about the direction in which the relationship is going, okay? So, good and bad are just, labels, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that there's a person in this relationship that's bad and a person that's good, but people have reasons for acting out, right? We all get triggered in certain ways, and we respond to things that trigger us differently, you know what I mean? Some people say things they don't mean. Some people drink. Some people lie. Some people yell. Some people hit. Everyone's different, but we all have something we do when we feel like we're backed into a corner or in a futile situation, okay? We don't want to make excuses for people, no, and we don't ever want to take abuse from anyone. So if there's anyone listening to this who feels that way, you know what I mean, get help for yourself, yes. But I don't see that here. Like, I don't see abuse, but if that's you, definitely do what you need to do to get yourself safe here. I can already see, somebody's wanting to walk away, even though, they may not have a lot of money, they may not have a lot going on, and they just want to pack their bags and leave, right? It's clarified by this messages card, okay? So you may be receiving messages from people who can help you, or Spirit wants you to know that you can send out messages to people for help, okay? Send out applications to places where you could possibly live, or, write your parents if you haven't talked to them in a while, write your best friend if you haven't talked to them in a while. If you have a therapist, right, write out what you want to say to your therapist. When things keep going around and around in our head, if we don't get them down out onto paper, then it stays in our head and it drives us crazy. So what you need to hear right now is that you need to get out your paper and pen, or get out your cell phone and type out what you want to say. But either way, you need to get it down on paper and out of your head, or speak about it with somebody who loves you and cares about you and supports you, so that it's not just going around in your head on repeat, driving you crazy, right? I also am getting that once you distance yourself from this person, you are going to receive messages from them as well. That is another side note that I'm getting here. But I can see that what's in your head right now, like what I'm seeing on the bottom of the deck here, Five of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, family room, okay? You already have an idea about leaving, right? It's what you have in your head and you're suppressing it, right? You've already thought about this, but you haven't spoke about it because you're worried about money, or you've been saving money, right? You want a new beginning somewhere else, right? And it's coming soon here, because this card represents something that's right around the corner. When you're asking about timing, it means something that's right around the corner, very soon. Okay, so you're not going to have to suppress this for long. What you need to hear right now is like, you got to start vocalizing how you feel to the people who love and care about you, so that you can realize that you have choices, right? And then again, with the Five of Wands here on the bottom of the deck, it's just really clarifying, again, with the fives, it's a change, right? It's a change. And change can be chaotic, and it can be difficult, right? It can be chaotic and it can be difficult, but ultimately changes lead to new beginnings, right? And the only consistent in this universe is change, oddly enough, right? So you can kind of look at it as something, you can look at it as something chaotic, or you can look at it as this chaos is going to end soon, because change is here. It's on the horizon, right? The distant horizon. It's coming. All right, we're going to get a oracle card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for you guys, just for a little bit more advice from our spirit guides on what you need to hear right now. Spirit guides, can we please get an oracle card? Please and thank you for your guidance today. What does the collective need to hear most right now? Can we please get one oracle card? I just heard people care. People are concerned about you, right? They're concerned because they love you. You shouldn't care about what people think about you, right? Because that causes shame, right? And you don't want to tell people how you feel because you feel ashamed of what you're going through or whatever. But and shame is not a good feeling, but sometimes not good feelings help you address the hard times in your life, right? It helps you face the darkness, and darkness brings healing, right? And sometimes you say, okay, if I'm ashamed right now, and I'm afraid to tell the people who love and care about me, about my well-being and my greatest and highest good, then something's wrong, right? I should be able to share with them freely how I feel. It just means that something in your life is not right. And the fact that you can identify that is beautiful, right? It's a beautiful thing, because when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And don't be afraid to open up to those people who care about you the most, right? They're not going to judge you. Because we all have been through things that have taught us lessons that made us stronger people. All right, look at this. Here's your oracle card. All that glitters, right? So again, this card brings a message of something that was once beautiful, right? Didn't live up to the expectations, right? It didn't make you as happy as you thought it would, okay? We do things because we think that it's going to make our life better, right? But sometimes it's just not. Sometimes it just doesn't, And this can relate to a lot of things, I bought this big fancy, diamond ring for myself, this is just an example. I'm not in a relationship, but I'm going to buy me this diamond ring, and it's going to fill the void in my heart, right? A person's not going to buy it for me. A man's not going to buy it for me. I'm going to buy it for myself, and it's going to make me feel better. Could it? Yeah, it could. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're like, man, I don't feel any different. I got this ring on my hand, and I don't feel any different. I could have used it, for this or that, or to go to school to further my education, or to go on a vacation that I so desperately needed, or you know what I mean? But hindsight is what 2020 is the saying or whatever, you know. So don't beat yourself up about it. Just know something that you once thought was going to fulfill you, right? It's not as glittery and golden and perfect as you thought it was, and that's okay. What's important is that you recognize that now, right? All right, let's get one more oracle card for you from the Roots and Wings Oracle. This is like my favorite deck right here. I love it so much. The cards are so soft and the artwork is so pretty. Look, that popped right out. The worker bee. Okay. So, to me, what this is saying is, you know, if you can't get out of your head about what's going on, you know, like having, you know, troubles financially, just put yourself forward, work hard, right? Focus on your finances and bettering yourself, like not just working hard at work, like in like a, you know, an addictive behavior type way, like I'm gonna work myself to death so I don't think about my problems. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying work on self-love, work on journaling, work on reaching out to the ones that love you. Yes, work could help you keep your mind off of, you know, thinking too much, and I think Spirit is indicating that, you know, you can focus on your work, just don't overdo it and don't overwork yourself, right? But yes, you can start saving for what you want. You can start saving for changing your life, but also work on that self-love, that inner healing, and that shadow work, right? That guilt or any shame that you might have, face it. You know what I mean? And reach out to a therapist or reach out to a loved one to help you through it if you feel like you need to. Okay? All right. Well, I really enjoyed doing this reading for you, and I hope you heard what you needed to hear. I'll be coming back every Thursday for you. So, again, leave a comment down below if you have a request for a zodiac sign or a certain topic. Yeah. So I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.